cities around Gaza and Tel Aviv are all going to be able to go to sleep peacefully. That the children from Afakim and Netivot and Beersheba will not have to run to the protected areas and in their schools. Together with my colleagues, headed by the Minister of Defense, Moshe Yaalon, and the Chief of Staff, Benny Gantz, who is now in a memorial for the IDF soldiers, we take all the precautions and all the measures in order to complete this battle and to achieve the targets that we set to ourselves, and that is to restore quiet and security for all of you. We're doing it with full collaboration, with consideration, responsibility, and determination. And this is the way we're going to continue to do so until we achieve the target. One consideration only is the benefit and the welfare of the State of Israel. And this consideration is the only one that guides me in decision-making. I know that the same goes for the Minister of Defense and the Chief of Staff. Nothing else. Not just being wild on the right or on the left. And I condemn anything of that sort. And no other interests. Only the responsibility for the security and the welfare of all the citizens of Israel. And according to that, I'm going to continue to act with a determination, with responsibility, and with the right considerations. The protective edge has not ended, not even for one moment, because we're talking about a prolonged battle. I'm not just talking about the last recent weeks, because our struggle against the terrorist organizations is a long one, which has been going on for many years, vis-a-vis the Hezbollah, the Al-Qaeda, the Islamic Jihad, and the Hamas in Gaza, which is part of the Islamic terror network, and recently was added that murderous band, another terrorist organization, ISIS in Iraq and in Syria and some in Lebanon. In the last recent weeks, we hit the Hamas in a very harsh way in the battlefield. All the systems that it created in order to hit us were thwarted. First of all, we prevented through the Iron Dome the hitting of thousands of rockets of our cities. We killed many hundreds of terrorists. We eliminated thousands of rockets and launchers, and we dismantled the terror tunnels that were built by the Hamas for years in order to hit our cities and villages. And we thwarted all its attempts to hit us from the air, from the sea, and on land. This is the hardest blow that the Hamas was dealt. And I'm telling you, I remember in Judea and Samaria, they tried there to create a revolution. We did that before this operation and even during it. We really hit a very hard blow to the Hamas. And we are determined to continue this battle in all the means possible and as much as is needed. We will not stop until we ensure full security and quiet life to the people of the South and all the other citizens of Israel. The Hamas thinks they're going to erode us. They are mistaken. The people of Israel are strong vis-a-vis erosion, and the Hamas is going to get a complete destruction of its infrastructure, its terrorists, and its commanders. Our policy towards the Hamas is quite simple. If they shoot, they're going to get it back. And not just get it back. They're going to get it back threefold. And if the Hamas does not understand it today, it will understand it tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, then the day after. Because in the Middle East, you need not just military force, you also need tenacity. You need patience. My grandfather came to the land of Israel in 1920, here to Jaffa. A few months after he came to this country, in the Jewish Immigration Bureau in Jaffa, people murdered Jews. In this, also the famous writer Brenner was assassinated, and that was almost 100 years ago. 94 years ago, to be precise. And we have been struggling since then against the terror quite successfully. At the same time, we built the country, we developed the cities and our economy, and we created a wondrous army. We never failed, even for 1 minute. Our spirit was strengthened by that. And we have to continue to maintain our internal unity and the courage and the bravery and the tenacity of the people and their home front. All these are important components in our national strength. All those are the founding stone on the way to complete the target that we set, and that is to restore quiet and security. And I add, because of all the changes that are happening in this region, very dramatic changes, very dramatic, and not all of them negative, I want to add, also obtaining a new political horizon for the State of Israel. The Minister of Defense, please, the floor is yours. Good evening. Beginning, I'd like to address the people of Israel and especially the people in the south. We are doing everything possible in order to restore peace and security, and we won't stop until it happens. We do not intend to compromise. As we said all along this operation, the Hamas, who violated the truce yesterday, thought that the citizens of Israel are going to break down. It makes a mistake one time after the other and mistakes the tenacity of the citizens and determination of the State of Israel to fight back. The Hamas thought that it's going to erode us, but I wouldn't suggest to anybody to exchange with anybody who's today in the Gaza Strip. The Hamas is responsible to what's happening in the Gaza Strip. Hamas is responsible to any citizen who is being hit or any building that collapses over there, because our direction is very clear. Our target is clear, to restore peace and security and quiet for the State of Israel. And that's we have been doing, and this is what's going to happen. We shall not compromise. We shall not stop until we reach this target. We're going to chase the Hamas commanders and the heads of the organizations, and in any chance that we have, we're going to attack. Until now, we killed hundreds of Hamas commanders and will continue to do so. The Hamas hides the number of its casualties, their names, and the dates of their burial, and not in vain, because they know how difficult the hit was. I suggest not to be impressed from the bragging words of the commanders who are said hidden by citizens who are like a human shield, and they do it even in hospitals. It's important that the citizens of Israel will know that the scope of hits on the Hamas is incredible. The blows that it is dealt and all its scope by negating its capabilities and also hitting its assets in the Gaza Strip. Just in the last 24 hours, we attacked more than 100 terror targets in the Strip. They shoot at us, but they get blowed much harder. We shall continue as much as needed, with all the strength, with all the power, until quiet is restored and the security. The protective edge is being conducted, headed by the Prime Minister, with responsibility, wisdom, and consideration. We're aware of the responsibility. We are mobilizing all our political and military experience, and we go according to a compass, not just by the wind and not based on empty slogans. The benefit of the State of Israel in general and the South in particular is in front of our eyes all the time. As one who fought all his adult life for the security of the State of Israel, let me tell you that we shall not rest in peace until we are going to restore security and quiet. The situation is complicated because in such war you need patience and a lot of strength. You have to be determined. both in the political echelons and the citizens. I speak quite a lot to the people in the south and the mayors, and I'm very proud to hear their encouragement, their support that they give us. They give us the tailwind to continue until quiet and security is restored. Therefore, I do not recommend to the Hamas to test us. We are ready for a long battle. Yesterday, I met some division commanders together with the chief of staff. There, in their men, women, they are the best that we have. I saw again the tenacity, the commitment, and the professionalism, and the spirit of fighting. They're ready to continue the activities. And as far as we're concerned, all options are open, including an integration of a land operation in order to hit the infrastructure. And again, I would like to embrace the bereaved families of the IDF soldiers and the citizens who fell during this war, and to wish speedy recovery to the injured. Thank you, Prime Minister. A question, if possible. Did Israel try to eliminate Mohammed Def, and was it successful, or was it a failure? The heads of the terrorist organization and their commanders are not just a legitimate target, but a first and foremost target. Nobody's immune. Nevertheless, specifically, well, this is it. Prime Minister, the members of the cabinet, most of them think that your decision to negotiate with Hamas in Cairo was erroneous. Can you tell us that these negotiations are finished? And the other question for the Minister of Defense. You said that they are saying irresponsible things. That's exactly what you said in the past. First of all, let me relate to completely make the Hamas collapse. Who said we gave it up? This is a question of stages. It takes time. At the moment, we dealt them a real blow, and I think that many opportunities are open. I don't think we have to define exactly what we're going to do. The Minister of Defense says there's a lot of possibilities, including now. Of course, we have to think who's going to control this area, what's going to manage it. There are a lot of considerations, so I don't say we're giving up any targets. I definitely didn't. That's one thing. But as for the what you asked, let me tell you that first of all, we are acting in the best way possible in order to obtain this continuous quiet. I don't know, with an arrangement, without an arrangement, I'm not sure it's going to be achieved. Maybe in other ways, not necessarily through an arrangement. By the way, we have no problem to give humanitarian aid during this time to the citizens of Gaza. They're not our enemy. Hamas is, and we're going to act against it. Parallel to that, of course, we really appreciate the role of Egypt and the Egyptian initiative. I suggest to my colleagues in the cabinet, do what I did. Do exactly what I did. When I was the head of opposition during war, I gave all the tailwind, all the support to their prime minister, whether they were from my party or not. And then when I was a member of the cabinet, during wartime, during fighting, I'll tell you what I did. I gave a shoulder, and I spoke less. And I think that there's a responsibility to me as the Minister of Defense. We are doing things, sometimes we work together, but according to considering what's important for the state of Israel. And I expect from others, all of them, to be responsible, not to throw slogans and verbal empty words that cannot be put to the test into the bigger, greater considerations, both military and politically and economically. These things is what we have to do. This is the way we are acting, and we act in this way, and I expect other people to do exactly the same, to act responsibly. Minister of Defense, please. I suggest to my colleagues, the